Yeah, well, it's going to be amazing for us. And the Brahms string quartets, well, first of all, just about the Haydn, people call him the father of string quartet, and he really made it, a really viable form. But I'm always just struck by Haydn. He's such a, composers always really dig Haydn because, Mozart, I always feel like composers sort of see Mozart and they go, well, he was, of course, a great composer, but, these melodies just came so easily to him. He didn't have to think about them very much. And I think sometimes composers are like, oh, I don't get that. I don't get it. But Haydn, I think, struggled with the material. He would take a very simple fragment of an idea, and he would take just like one, 3 notes going up or something. And then he would be able to, what was so brilliant about him is how he would take this idea that maybe wasn't the most profound idea ever, and he would turn it into something really amazing by how he manipulates it through the course of the piece. So we always love playing Haydn because it's just like, it's about how it's the journey of an idea around it or before people. He really was about this idea of conversation among equals, the string quartet, and so he really created that, which is really the way everything we do as a quartet, like that's how people think about it, that's how composers think about it, that's how we think about it. And the Brahms is a piece that we really champion these pieces. We love these pieces. Even though they're part of the repertoire and people play them, I think there's often this feeling, well, he's not quite as good as Beethoven. And that's because, and actually it's funny because he struggled with being as good as Beethoven. And so you kind of hear that in the pieces. Right. Playing the A minor quartet, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a haunting, there's some real sadness in the piece, but also this incredible yearning and beauty. And I just think for us, it's just, we've always latched onto that. We've always felt like Brahms was just, such an incredible voice of, not being sort of comfortable or satisfied where you're at, but seeing so much beauty and even the yearning for something better. It's really amazing.
I love Brahms too because I know that he was a gruff guy. He was not, he was not a pleasant guy to be around. I think that he was just a really cold person. And his heart is so warm, and it comes through the music in this way that is warmer than anything that you could ever imagine. And again, these ideas of longing and yearning and beauty and sweetness, and sometimes even even naivete in the music, like this melancholy kind of sweetness that you could, if you only knew Brahms as a man, you'd never know who he was, right? But we know him, and we know Brahms not as the man, but as his music, and so it's just it's an incredible dichotomy. So I always think that way when I play Brahms, that it has such beauty and such it's just we're all musicians, we love Brahms so much, but then I always think back to kind of what a jerk he was. and to have both those sides. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's true, but I would imagine that even if you knew him when he was alive, that it would be like, to know him is to know his music too. That he would have almost said, if you really want to be close to me, you have to understand my music. Because I think with a lot of composers, they put so much of themselves into the words they put on the page. And, sometimes it's almost like they give too much and it's almost like unsustainable. I mean, I think Mozart, wrote so many wonderful pieces so short a time. Brahms struggled more with each piece, but it was a real labor of love for him, and so and he wasn't super easy to get along with. That's true. Although he did love nature, he did love going on long walks in the forest. He was totally inspired by by his surroundings. So I think you hear that in the music too.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's just like musicians, getting to know someone through playing with them. I mean, we all hit it off because we've sat down and played the Schumann piano quintet, and you get to know people really quickly that way, and also get to just a place of kind of intimacy and enjoyment of each other that I could never do at just a party if I was meeting someone. So it's great, and I think that that's what's wonderful about festivals in general, is that people really get to connect through the music, which is a great avenue for that connection. So I'm so glad that you guys are coming. I can't wait to see you guys again.
Yeah, we're really psyched to see you, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really looking forward to seeing everyone that's going to come out to hear these concerts.
Totally. I think we're going to eat barbecue afterwards, too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Salt Lake?
Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking we're going to go more East Austin. We're going to go more traditional. It could be very fun.
That'll be good, too.
Wait, aren't there some, but there are some but we have vegetarians in your group, though, don't we?
There's one.
Okay, well, I'll figure something out.
But
definitely.
She gets it. She's flexible.
All right, well, you take care.
Biscuit.
Oh, yeah. Well, you take care. Have a good, safe travel for the rest of the day, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, take care.